Oh, when you hear that music, you know what time it is. That's right. Coming to you live this evening, and I'm going to take my time because I got three very special people coming on this evening. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. City Town Talk Tuesday Night Live. Once again, I'm not sure if I did a show last week, but if I didn't, this is going to make up for it. I'm telling you, I am so excited for all my viewers, if I have any. If I have been so blessed and lucky, I need y'all to share on your pages and give these three lovely people a shout out because they are on a mission. I'm telling you, I'm getting ready to share it to you. These are some rescuers here. They something, they soldiers. I can't wait. I'm so doggone excited. I want to know something about these people. Now I'm gonna go and see if I can't find this on my own. Little share this too. Now I'm telling you, I'm excited. Let's see what we got here. Brother Fonz coming to you live. Okay, we got 2 shares already. Let me see if we got any. Sister Ella Williams, that's right, she's true to this game. Ella Williams is the first. Ella, it is so good to see you. I was talking about your husband earlier about how if he wants to, he can just get up and run to the store. That's right, because he can run 5 miles. So if he wants to go to the store, he don't even need his car. What else we got going? I want you to know this evening, this broadcast is being brought to you by, who's being brought to you by? Chester County Hospital. And we're talking about the LEAP, about the LEAP Foundation, an event that will be held May 15th, this Saturday. Look, but I don't want to talk anymore. I got Sister Edith Ben is watching. That is always a pleasure. Actually, my deaconess. We got Steve Horsey, my neighbor, and Kendra Wilson. Oh, Kendra, you must knew Miss Marsha London and Roberta and Mr. Craig was going to be on. Whatever your reason, I want to say thank you. We're going to shut this down now. No, we ain't playing music the whole time. It took us too long to book this. We had one, it was my fault. We had one miscommunication on one date. They're here now. Vandora Brickets, it's good to see you today. First, I want to give glory and honor to God, man, for allowing me to see another day. Blood running warm in my veins, and I'm just as crazy as all get out. But I just love being here, and I love doing what I'm doing, and I'm so grateful for what God is doing, not only in my life, but in the community at large. Because you know, if my biggest phrase is Coatesville's rising, and it really, really is. Oh, Sister Roberta Steyer is watching. Vandora. Hey, look, I want to say good evening to y'all this evening, and I want to start off with you introducing yourself to the community and say a little bit about yourself. And feel free to articulate as much as you want, but you only got a couple minutes. Okay, Marsha London, let's get it started.
Hello. My name is Marsha London, and I've lived in Coatesville all my life. I've taught in the Coatesville School District for many years. I worked for the CYWA, and while at the CYWA, I was the youth director and the summer camp director and the youth employment director, known as the YEP program, the suspension program director, the community service director, the family center advocate, and a GED instructor. At my church, I was a director of Vacation Bible School for almost 40 years. And now I'm the caretaker of the new Evergreen Cemetery. And I'm very happy to be on the show tonight.
You're about a directing individual, did you? You was born a leader, huh? I was born a director. Well, that's all right. Everybody needs to have a skill set, and that you're welfare. You're a warehouse of information. God bless you. Now, wait a minute. We got here comes some usual suspects. We got Jessica Lane has checked in. Tina Madsen, you know I love your loyalty. Who's this Alan Showell person? Anyway, somebody named Alan Showell is on here this evening. And Jessica Lane, Tina Madsen already said how I feel about you. Devontae Gaffney, is there such thing as a grandson-in-law? Well, that's what Devontae Gaffney is. I love him because he loves my granddaughter, and that's the end of that story. So now, the next person we're going to introduce is Miss Roberta Steyer, who has been a spiritual mentor to me ever since I've been here. She's the only one that really gets to see me cry a lot, and she can be telling me, don't start crying. Sister Roberta, introduce yourself and tell our viewers a little bit about yourself.
Hi, thanks, Fonz. My name's Roberta Steyer Showell, and I am born and raised in Coatesville. Moved a little bit toward the east for 30 years in Downingtown, where I raised my family. And now I am retired after 35 years on the job and happy to be retired. And I relocated up here with my son and daughter in Parksburg. So now that I don't have to keep sweating laboriously to make money, I can invest my time into people, and that's why I joined the on to be on the board of the Hayti Historical Society, because it's about people. It's about our past, our present, our future. So I'm very happy to be part of this board. My two co-hosts, they know way more than I do. I went to Hayti when I was 5 years old, and so I was in Hayti until I graduated high school. So it's very near and dear to my heart. My older sister did attend Passtown elementary school. I did not.
And just a little side note in regards to Sister Roberta Steyer, I like saying R's like that, Showell. She used to have the fiercest pinochle games up there in Downingtown that you could ever see. I mean, it was rough and it was ruckus and it was loud. And I think that's why she moved to Parksburg. I think they told her she got to go. But she had the greatest pinochle party. She brought a lot of fellowship, man. Man, we love you for that because ain't nobody else did it since you've been doing it. But that's all right. But now, Mr. Craig, you are looking so regal and royal, man. I can't wait to hear your story. Who are you? Why are you here? And introduce yourself to the community.
My name is John E. Craig, born and raised in Coatesville, left in 1966, joined the Marine Corps, went to Vietnam, got out of Vietnam, graduated Lincoln University, moved to New York, became a cataloger for Sotheby's, moved to Texas, worked in the newspaper, and then moved to North Carolina and opened up a partnership and lobbying firm, the only Black lobbying firm in North Carolina, and then retired in 2013 and came back to this area.
Mr. Craig, I love your story. First thing I'm gonna say, since you said all that, is Semper Fi.
Semper Fi.
So you know we related, right?
Oh, you're Marine?
I was in Vietnam 69 and 70.
67, 68.
Oh man, that's when the war was really going on. Okay. Hey, look, before I go any further, Rita Brown has checked in. Ella Williams telling me to shut up. Stop playing. Sister Edith Ben said, hello, everyone. Sister Barbara Marshall. And Rita Brown, Rita, I always appreciate you because of what you do in the community. You're a real soldier. You ain't no joke. So now, look, I'm going to do some Q&A. It doesn't matter who answers the question, but I don't play a lot of dead airspace. So if 3 or 4 seconds go by and ain't nobody saying nothing, I'm going to start blasting everybody that's on this panel. I didn't put nobody's names in there 2 questions. All right. Okay. So we did that. Now, one of y'all, any of y'all, all of y'all can answer these same questions because we want to fill up some space because one person may see something or say something that the other person doesn't know. Can you give my viewers a little history about the Passtown Elementary School?
That would be me.
Uh-oh, come on.
Passtown Elementary School was built in 1923 as a 2-room schoolhouse for the colored students. Passtown had grades 1 through 4 and was taught in one room, and 5 through 8 was taught in the other room. In 1950, 2 other rooms were added. In 1954 to 1955, the First Baptist Church of Passtown was destroyed by fire. So the church moved into the Passtown Elementary School until the new church was built at 117 Barber Avenue. The State Historic Preservation Office has deemed the former Passtown School building eligible for listing on the National Register of Historical Places. Passtown School was integrated in 1957, 3 years after the 1954 Supreme Court decision in Brown versus the Board of Education. I was in that first class that was integrated. And we had to go to the Rainbow School. In Hayti, they divided Hayti in half. If you lived on the right-hand side, you went to Rainbow. If you lived on the left-hand side, you went to Westwood. And
Okay,
that
hold on just for a second. I want to recognize some viewers, and we're going to get right back to you. Hold that thought. Terry William Joseph checked in, and Quentin Brown just checked in. Now, Mr. Craig, did you ever go to that school?
No, I went to Houstonville. I'm from the Avenue.
Uh-oh. Sound like a gang or something. You I'm from the Avenue. That's all right. That's all right. So now, okay, now Roberta, did you ever go to that school?
I did not. When we moved to Hayti, I was 5 years old, and I actually went to Rainbow Elementary for my first grade class.
Okay, cool. And we're going to get to the rest of what you're talking about, Marcia. Well, put your paper down for a second and look me in. Okay, look. So check this out. Oh, I like that. So Marcia, how did it feel the school closing down, if you can recollect and remember back that far?
Well, it was like a shock to us, I believe, because we were nurtured, I believe, more at Passtown. So when we went to Rainbow, that first year, the teacher kept back 2 rows of us. Many of my classmates stayed back that first year.
And was that based on what, racism or what? I mean, was it mainly white teachers or black teachers at Passtown Elementary School? How did that?
No. This is the first year of integration. So this was our first experience with the white teacher. And I guess she didn't understand us. And she was ready to keep me back too. And if it wasn't for my mother, Arzia Barber, who went up there and talked with her and said, because then we were 3rd and 4th in the same classroom. So she said, you're going to teach her again for 4th grade. Give me all the books for 4th grade, and I'll work with her this summer. And if she doesn't do well, then keep her back. And that's exactly what happened. We worked all summer. And then the teacher had the nerve to say, I'm so glad I let you go. But it was not the teacher, it was my mother.
Okay, look, thank you. Now, oh boy, y'all must have told some people, because Marsha Newton Baker just checked in. Kay Jordan Martin, the lasagna lady, who delivers lasagna to families in Coatesville, and she creates quite a lasagna with size and everything. It's a nationwide project called the Lasagna something, lasagna.org. Wendy Whitaker, it is good to see you. Hopefully we'll see you bowling next Monday at 6:30 p.m. Now, I'm gonna get away from Passtown a little bit, because you're kind of like, all the stuff we need to hear from the other people. So I'm gonna try and mix this up. It may not be in chronological order, but because the other 2 viewers haven't been there, we don't want you holding up all the time. Now, when you moved your face closer to the camera, it stayed froze there. Ain't that something? So look, now,
your face is frozen too.
Let's see, because I want to hear.
Okay.
Is it?
Yes.
Am I? Ain't that so? Well, I got a pretty face anyway to freeze, so it's okay. Okay, all right. I'm getting excited about this. Now, does anybody know why there's a church called Passtown? Did Passtown Church come first, or did the school come first? And how did the 2 names get connected? Because it's in Hayti. Can anybody answer that? Y'all froze. Oh, y'all playing right now. Roberta's froze. Marshall froze. Got a nice smile though, Roberta. Mr. Craig, you're the only one that's still moving around on my end.
Oh, really? Okay. Unfortunate like that.
Okay. So let me ask you, do you have any idea, Mr. Craig, how the names coincided, where it's Passtown Church, which came first, and how did it connect like that?
Well, I think the community came first. Past is after a revolutionary general during the Revolutionary War. And so after a while, the road where Lincoln Highway goes up through the 2 sides of after you cross the bridge, was like a pass. And so Marsha might know more about the details of the guy, but it was after this guy passed, General Pass, and then Passtown became, I guess, the word of the day.
Wow. Hey, Marsha.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Was Was General Pass a black person, white person? What?
Revolutionary War, so he was a white person.
He was a white person. Okay, and y'all named the town. Okay, so Greg, give us a little bit more detail, and then Roberta, I'm gonna get to you because I want to know why you joined this motley crew. Come on, Marcia, give us a little bit more detail. Follow behind Mr. Craig and give us a little essence.
The general's name was Hans Pass. So that's where it gets its name. And the school was built in 1800. It was built for whites. And then they built the one for the blacks in 1923. So it will be 100 years old in 2 years. And
Wow.
my father was in first grade in 1923. He was one of the first students.
Wow. Man, y'all got you got a lot of history up there. I'm gonna be honest. I came from South Philadelphia. And when they said there was a place called Rock Run in Hayti, I thought I landed in the Beverly Hillbillies community. I'm telling you. But I've grown to love, because I used to attend Passtown. I've grown to love the whole area, 19320. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Roberta, how did you get on this crew, this motley crew that wants to save Passtown? Because you have very little, I'm not going to say knowledge, because I'm sure you've learned about it, but you didn't attend. You didn't have any parents attend that school, Roberta, or did you?
No, but I grew up in Hayti. And so Marcia is the same age and went to school with my sister Brenda. And her sister Tony was the same age and went to school with my brother. And I went to school with their sister, who is going on to be with the Lord now, Robin. So Hayti was a community where all the families, they had groups. They had 4 and 5 and 6 children, and we all had some connections because we were in the same grades. And Hayti was just a real family-oriented community. I joined because I know these people since I was a kid, and I joined because I have a sentimental attachment to Hayti, because that's where I grew up, and I have a lot of cherished memories of growing up there. When my second grade teacher, my first grade teacher was a black female at Rainbow, and my second grade teacher was a black female, and she taught at the original Passtown school. And our whole thing about preserving it is because about the black school in East End. What was the name of it?
Adam.
Yeah, that got torn down. So they have a memorial statue there. Then there was Downtown area.
Downtown Industrial School.
Industrial School, that's gone. And then they had one in Westchester, but so that's why we feel very strongly about preserving this building. Because after it was a school, when I grew up, it was kind of a community hangout. We had cabarets and parties and things like that over the years before it even became the Valley Township building. And when the Valley Township building evacuated and moved down the highway, they wanted to demolish the building. So we all have very strong sentimental attachments to that building, and we would love for it to be a landmark, a historical landmark that we can train, educate, teach, do all kinds of things for the community at large.
When I go through Hayti, I find it to be an amazing place because it's a city by itself. It's like a whole, you know what I mean? It's just like a whole new community. And I'm going through some of them streets and I'm like, whoa, I didn't know this was back here. Fantastic. Shirley A. Here's your Roberta. Shirley A. Williams just checked in.
Hey, Shirley.
Shirley, you're missed with your Shirley A. Williams self. Hey, look. Okay, now, Mr. Craig, because I want to hear from you because you're outnumbered right now, 2 against 1. Why did they close? Why did they close Passtown? Because you may have said it, but I don't remember what you said. Why did they close Passtown?
Well, two new junior high schools from 7th to 9th grade were open. One North Brandywine, which is up on Reesville Road, and then South Brandywine, which is out towards Urshigen. And so my affinity with Hayti comes from the Hayti students at Passtown. When they finished the 6th grade, they came to South Brandywine. Folks from the Avenue and Spruces went to South Brandywine also. Brandywine, Holmes, Carver Court, and those guys went to North Brandywine. So they had opened 2 new schools. South Brandywine now, I think, is closed for whatever reason.
Yeah, they closed this year. Mhm.
Who South Brandywine?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so look, Passtown Elementary. Let's talk about Hayti. I'm going to get to y'all mission of trying to rescue the school, rescue the building, actually. And we're going to put some pleas out there for somebody to listen. Prayerfully, somebody can help and be a part of what it is that you're doing. But where did the name Hayti come from, and what does it mean? Jump in. 1, 2, all of y'all.
The Haiti Revolution of 1804 with Toussaint Louverture and Dessalines and those guys, and they defeated Napoleon's army. Several Haitis popped up throughout this. Well, there's one in North Carolina also, and there's 4 or 5 others around the South, and then Hayti in above the Mason-Dixon line.
Hey, my viewers, y'all need to y'all need to get a pen and paper, because we're getting some history lessons here. I keep telling y'all every time I get on, have a pencil and paper handy, because you never can tell what kind of information is going to jump up. Here's my man, another Vietnam veteran just checked in. I think, Arnold, you're a Marine. Let us know in the comment section. But Arnold A. Jake Hammond is watching, and I asked him next year when he has the veterans over his house to eat to invite me, because I love a free meal. Okay, that's it for that. Let's see what else we got. So we already realized that once they closed it down, you guys were happy, scared, apprehensive. When they closed that school down because it was segregated, how did you feel going into a school that was integrated? Marsha.
Well, as I mentioned before, I believe we received more nurturing at the Passtown school at that time. Yes.
But what was your fear? Because you went to the school you went to was integrated. Am I correct?
Yes, in 1958, the state made us integrate. Yes.
And once y'all got in there, it wasn't too good, because it was still like they had a negative viewpoint of people of color. Can I say that, or how did they welcome you with open arms? How did that work?
All I remember is that 2 rows of blacks were kept back. And I talked to one to this day that says her confidence was gone after that. And we're both 70 years old now.
Well, it was a forced integration also.
Oh, that's even worse.
1954 did not, the Board of Education decision didn't facilitate Coatesville or Pennsylvania desegregating the schools. They didn't do that till 2-3 years later.
You know, Marshall, you said something real nice right there. How we deal with our youth at a young age can affect them for the rest of their lives. If we make them feel like they can't do that, they're less than and all that, that type of affects them and follows them, and it breaks our children. And we have to try and restore broken human beings, man. That's a tough one. Okay, now,
Hey, Fonz.
yes, ma'am.
Do you see that Sister Ben said she attended Passtown School, and Carrie Avila Hunt,
Are they on there now?
Yeah, they both said they attended Passtown School. I think that's it. I knew Carrie grew up in Hayti on Lafayette Street.
On here.
Yeah.
Y'all forgive me. Okay, I see her name. Sister Arvilla, Sister Ben. I apologize because I don't even see y'all. Stop playing. Type something in that comment section. Evidently you did, though. Roberta saw it. So we have more people that have gone to that school, and they traumatize our people. They're going to want to lead back 2 rows. And you know that ain't right. That ain't right. But anyway, so now, whose brainchild was this? Who decided that they're going to do what y'all doing? I told you about 3 seconds of dead space, right?
We want to save the building. We need our own community center up here, someplace for our children to go to. We need a senior center. We need a museum. And again, James Adams is our sister school because the elementary school went to 8th grade. After 8th grade, all of the students had to walk to James Adams in the snow and the rain for 9th grade. So James Adams is a part of the Passtown students' education. And we'd like to put their history in our museum as well. In fact, Coatesville, because we're losing our history right now.
Okay, but whose brainchild was this? Who came up with this?
I guess it was the HHS committee.
Okay.
Back in, we started 2014.
And was the explicit purpose to save this building?
No, we started out social things. Labor Day picnics, New Year's Day dinners,
Cookouts party.
Black history programs. Yes.
Sister Iris Home checked in. Sister Iris, we are getting a historical history lesson in regards to Hayti and the Passtown Elementary School. And I like this. That's why I like what I do, because everybody come on here be knowing stuff. I like to talk like that, be knowing stuff. And they really, really do. And it just broadens my knowledge, and it brings our community closer together, which is the mission of City Town Talk. Not to make our town larger, more spread out. It's to make it smaller so everybody knows it. Mary McHale checked in. She's one of my favorite viewers. She's one of my most loyal. Okay, so all right. So it was the brainchild of HH and some other letters. Okay, how many are in your group right now? Anybody know?
I don't know.
Less than 20, about 15, 17 total.
How often do you guys meet?
Every Monday.
Well, the HHS meets every Monday at 2:30, and the Preserve Passtown meets every Thursday, well, every other Thursday at 7:30.
Roberta, what group are you in?
I'm in both.
Okay. So, and y'all, okay, so y'all guys meet when he just said, what, every other Monday or something?
I originally was just supposed to do fundraising for Preserve Passtown School, but somehow I got to the Hayti Historical Society, and I love being there. I love doing what they, and taking the vision and seeing it grow and move. It's going to be a legacy that is going to be left behind by this organization.
All right, so what was, all right, now you all started a group, the original mission was to party like it's 1999, have cookouts and stuff like that. So my question is, what were some of the first things that y'all did outside of that purview? When you started getting into social things, what were some of the first things that you've attempted to do, if anything? And if this is the first one, that's okay answer too. Don't everybody answer at once.
Voters registration. We helped some people fill out forms. Sent the history to Harrisburg so that the Harrisburg Historical Society is aware of us, and the Chester County Historical Society, they are aware of us also.
You had me at voters registration because I'm really down about voting. You know what I mean? If you don't think it's important, you ought to look and see what they're doing across the country, taking away voters' rights and everything else, making it almost impossible to vote. Try to tell people. Linda Pinckney has checked in. Linda Pinckney, it is good to see you this evening. Is everybody on this panel, is everybody okay? Okay, Marsha, you're the only face that's not moving yet. So we're going to move for you and play like it's you moving. So now, okay, so we answered that. And actually, some of these questions I've written, y'all already answered as you articulated your feelings, like what's the vision for the building? Y'all told me that real good. What is the problem that y'all not getting what you need to preserve this building and get the rights and everything like that. I want everybody to tell me what they see as a problem. Let's start with you, Roberta. What do you see as the problem, or one of the problems, some of the problems, or whatever?
Okay, one of the problems is why we're here with City Town Talk. I contacted you because we need more exposure. We need publicity. We need a PR person, and we need funding. So again, I was brought on to oversee fundraising. So this year, as you know, Fonz, because you participated in it, we did the popcorn sales.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And we have something going on again at the end of this month. We have well, I'd like Barbara to talk about it because it's a Memorial Day. It's Memorial Day, May 31st of this year, and they're going to honor veterans. But at the same time, the fundraiser that we're going to have is that Teal's Barbecue Pit and Catering is going to sell dinners and sandwiches. And the dinners are going to be $12. The sandwiches are $6. You got barbecue and fried chicken. You got fish, ribs, beef brisket, all of that. And you have sides: potato salad, macaroni and cheese, collard greens, string beans, candied yam, coleslaw, and all of that. The dinners are going to be $12. The sandwiches are just $6. We are selling tickets right now for this. However, if you can get in touch with one of the people on the panel now, you can call the number and get an order in: 610-384-6131. So that's our next fundraiser. It's at the
Say that
end.
number one more time: 610
384
mm-hmm.
6131.
6131. Okay.
Okay, that's the order on the date, and it's from 1 to 5 p.m. So you can pick up your sandwich or your dinner at any time during those hours. We also, again, Marshall can expound a little bit more on the actual day where we're going to honor veterans, because it is Memorial Day. But the fundraiser, again, we're selling dinners and sandwiches, and you would pick it up at the Passtown School on Barbara Avenue. Passtown Church. First, what is it called? First Passtown?
First, what was it? First Baptist? Oh man, I just
Yes, First Baptist Church of Passtown.
There you go. There you go.
And that's on Barbara Avenue, and that's where the dinner and sandwich pickups will be. It'll be between 1 and 5 p.m. Call 610-384-6131 with any of your questions, or if you want to place orders.
All right, that sounds good. Let's take a break. Let's put a comma, a pause for the cause, and we're going to acknowledge Michelle Dillard, one of the biggest hearts in Coatesville. Michelle Dillard has been providing the Not So Secret Santas with toys for about 5 years. I don't know where she get them, but she does it. She shows us a lot of love. Roberta Rowland has checked in. Roberta, you're on the late side of things, but of course, you know I'm going to repost this and repost this. Go on my timeline, and you can always go to my YouTube station. My YouTube station is Fonz News Fon City Town Talk. That's YouTube station. And I need to take another pause for the cause because I want to thank the Chester County Hospital. There's another sponsor on there. I don't know what I did with the paperwork, but I want to thank them.
Penn Medicine.
What is it? Penn Medicine. See, I'm getting old. I'm telling you, I be forgetting stuff, and I ain't ashamed of it. The Lord bless me for 71 years to start forgetting stuff. Penn Medicine and Chester County Hospital, they are bringing this show to y'all, and they are having a magnificent, great event Saturday. It's called Leap, and it's going to be a 2-mile walk, run, jog, crawl, roll in your wheelchair, drive 2 miles, and it's going to be for the community and for access to programs, and it's an empowerment. It's going to be a beautiful thing. I'm going to be talking about that all week, but I'm not going to take no more of their time because I think I got a question. Or did everybody answer? Because you know, Sister Roberta, she said everything just then. She did a commercial. She told you everything had to be done, where to go. She gave us a phone number 4 times. But that's all right because we need that. Mr. Craig, no. All right, so now you guys, I've seen some of the support you have. I mean, you've got the A-list, the state reps, this and that, this and that. Y'all can't get no money from them. What's going on? Has anybody been writing grants? What's going on? Talk to me. Mr. Ray.
Well, there's certain things you have to do. Organization is number one. So you have to make sure all your ducks are in order and whatever. We have put on some programs like the documentary series at Passtown Church, 2019, I think it was. The upcoming memorial thing, we had to catalog all of the veterans that are in New Evergreen Cemetery, which are 273 plus, dating back to the Civil War. I don't think a lot of folks in Closeville understand or know just how many people from the area served and what that really meant, especially through all those from the Civil War on up to probably Iraq and Afghanistan. So trying to make things aware, they're getting all the ducks in order. We got to get site control of the building. And there are some issues involved with all that, but we're currently have a architect under contract to go in and do an architectural review to give us some ideas about how we can best do what we want to do with the building.
So Marsha, basically what I'm hearing is you need some money.
Yes, yes.
I've been there. You know, we're just on that Ash Park pool mission. And gratefully, we got enough grants and money between the state senator and state rep Dan Williams. We eventually had enough money for the pool, and then they did a feasibility study and said it's not feasible. Go figure that one. Anyway, let me move on with that. Okay.
Wow.
So that's what's necessary. All right. Is your group open for any other members? Anybody can jump in and tell me, are you open for membership? How does one join? And what would be expected if they join?
Well, we're always open to anyone and everyone. Yes.
I think volunteers are always appreciated. You know, anyone who thinks they have something of import, then they're welcome to come and bring it to us.
Well,
particularly if we could get some millennials or Gen Xers, it would be really helpful. Mary Kyle asked about Cash App. We do not have Cash App yet, Mary Kyle, but donations can be made on our webpage, HataiHistoricalSociety.org. There's a PayPal button where you can donate, or you can mail checks and money orders. Just put on the memo line, preserve Passtown School. So you could send that to Hayti Historical Society, Post Office Box 544, Coatesville, PA 19320.
Hey, I gotta stop right here. Hey, look, Alan Showell, you echoing my sentiments exactly. When you just went through that menu, Roberta, you made everybody, all the viewers, hungry. And I never eat before the show. Now I'm starving like Marvin, stomach making noises and everything, but it's all good. I'm glad you can't hear it. Now let's see. Shalia A. Shelton said, I certainly learned something. I see the signs to save the school. Had no idea where it was. Man, I am so glad. That's why this show is so important. She said, finds new sign. Can you post a flyer on your page? I will. If you ever have flyers, Roberta, you have my permission without you asking my permission to post it on my timeline. Everybody else in town does. Everybody that's selling earrings, got information. They just post it on my timeline because they figure people will see it. So now, so you say, if you want young people's money, you got to get Cash App.
We talked about that yesterday in the meeting. I did say that. I said we need Cash App because that's what they do now. But yeah, we're getting there.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Now, what else did I want to say just then? See, I had a thought that came in this way and then went back out that way. All right. So now, for our young people to know the history, you're going to have to kind of like do it the way the young people do it. And they do it through Instagram and they really don't even do Facebook as much anymore. That's more like micro, but they can still learn because I do have a little group out there. Are you thinking about putting your message on Instagram, or are you have already done it? Man, I'm mixing up my English. Are you guys on Instagram?
No,
Okay.
No,
Are you got is your
I'm,
group
I'm
on Facebook?
dragging them to Facebook and and
Yeah, okay.
yeah, that's why I said we need Gen Xers and millennials
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
board. But
So you
yeah,
gotta stop playing. You gotta stop playing.
they most nonprofit, that's their big recommendation that you utilize social media, and so we're aware of it, and we're trying to move in that direction.
Good. Because that's almost like it's one of the most important things. You want support, volunteers, and everything else. Don't nobody know you're here. Like Shalia Shelton didn't know you were here. You know what I mean? So that's good. That's good. Where else are we? Okay, we know what's necessary for your plan to succeed. More money. And we asked about how. Remember, wait a minute. You mentioned about you can use all the volunteers. Is there a phone number, a website, or anything? Or do they have to remember when y'all meet and then just come to the meeting? Help me out with this. Roberta, you seem to have all the statistical and all them numbers and stuff. Come on, give it to us.
Well, they can call that same number for any inquiries as far as Preserve Passtown School, as well as the Hayti Historical Society at 610-384-6131.
All right, good. Because they need to know that. Because I feel like people want to all of a sudden be a part of it. Hey, all you revolutionaries out there, why don't y'all like really help this group do what it is that they're trying to do? They're trying to preserve our history. That's real important. Which is kind of like why our youth today is kind of like, wow, they don't know the history of what has gone on before them, man. It's always good to educate them. And you know what I mean? Even if they don't act like they got sense right now, at least they'll have some foundation to fall back on in the future, man. So that's all I got to say about that. I feel like Forrest Gump on here sometime. Okay. All right. So where does the group stand now? Is it in a holding pattern? Are you guys moving forward? Are you seeing progress, stagnation, frustration? Anybody can jump in. Marsha, you jump in.
we are moving forward, and we're to have a meeting with the township supervisors soon. They gave us a great support letter. Yes, so we're making progress now. There's some other things I wanted to say about the dinners. The cutoff date to order a dinner is May the 26th. After that, Till gets all the tickets and then calculates what he needs to do. So after May 26th, we're not selling any more dinners, but on the 31st, you can just drive up to the parking lot and pick up your dinner.
Okay.
The other thing I wanted to share is if they call the number, please leave a message. Okay, when you call. And one other thing about when we first approached the supervisors, they said to us, well, you people are all 70 years old. Why do you want that building? And we said, because we want it for our children and our children's children.
Like, what kind of question was that, though? I mean, where's that coming from?
And when you leave the message on that number, leave your name and contact.
Now, 26. Now, when is it? When is the actual food going to be served? What day was that?
Memorial Day, between the hours of 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock.
May 30. 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock.
May 31st, that Monday, May the 31st.
1 to
Tell
5.
them about
I'm
the
ready to
parade,
start.
Marshall.
Oh, well, we're going to Zoom a parade because we can't have 1,000 people on Front Street. But for the lineup is 12:15, and then the people that are coming through the parade to the cemetery, we're going to have it Zoomed through Wright's funeral service, and we're going to do some interviews. Mr. Fonz is going to interview some of the people in the parade. We want to know some history. We want to know, why did you migrate to Coatesville? And now we're like 4 and 5 generations strong, and we came from the South. most of us from all the states to work at Lucan's. And so, and then we want to know who's their soldier that they're honoring. And we have a program that can be Zoom from 2 to 3. There's one other thing we just found out. HHS discovered where Zachariah Walker is today. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I certainly did. I'm speechless. I have no idea what to say.
No, he's not in Spruces.
No.
We found the coroner's report, and we read the articles from 110 years ago, and he's in Fairview Cemetery in their Strangers Row. What was left of him, a handful of, I guess it's charcoal, and they can fit in a shoebox, and we want to purchase a plaque for him.
Oh, no, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Hey, Christopher Bottoms is checking in. Christopher, we are getting some education up here in about Hayti and the Passtown Elementary School, just that whole community, man. This has been really, really, really good. Hey, my mother and my brother's up there in Fairview, and I got 2 more plots up there for my wife and myself. So we will all be up in the house together up there. Okay. Now I think this has been a pretty good show, would you say? Or and I mean, this felt real good. I was a little nervous. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I said, man, I'm in the midst of all these smart people talking about stuff I don't even know what they're talking about. But now this is your opportunity to give your parting shots to the viewers out there. I'm gonna give each one a couple of minutes to say what needs to be said. You know, to share from your heart. Or anything. My show is always based on 3 things: information, inspiration, and education. And if you touch on any of those things, it would be a good day. So let me see, how do I want to start? Anybody want to volunteer to go first?
Well, I'll go first. My big interest is the historical part. I am a historian, and anyone who is interested, then they can contribute in 3 different ways. And that's time, talent, and treasure.
Oh, I'm gonna steal that and play like that's mine now. I'm telling you, just hit it. That's when them drop the mic, John. You ain't even right for that. I like that. Okay, so we're gonna continue. Sister Roberta, come on, talk to us.
Thanks a lot, Fonz, for having us on. We need the exposure. I had no idea people were on there saying they didn't know anything about Passtown School. Hayti and our sister community, Choir Village, which is right across the highway. You know, we all grew up, a lot of the people that are working on this grew up in between Choir Village and Hayti. And we really want to open doors and pathways to the future for those coming behind us. It's not even, you know, we've lived most of our lives, and now it's like, what can we leave a pathway? You know, and Fonz, from our church, we did some Black history and the Bible study. So I'm in the history now, and I was not before. So now I'm in the history like I never was before.
Oh,
So
boy.
we're doing Black history and the Bible at church, and we're doing the history of Hayti, you know, first Black schools and that type of thing, and trying to leave a legacy for those coming behind us. Thank you for the time, Fonz.
But wait a minute. For those of you who don't know, when Sister Roberta gets into something, she getting ready to get into something, because I see how she got into the Bible, made my head explode. Yeah, she's inspiration. She's down for the cause. Woo! Okay, wait a minute. I want to say a few things about what people are saying, because you are affecting people out there. Sister Valeria said, I like that, Mary Kyle. She's talking about Cash App. Christopher Bottoms, we said that. And Amarlino Fields are watching. Okay, thank you, Mary, for putting the phone number, the contact phone. Mary Kyle is always about the calls. She's cleaning up streets. She's putting the names. Mary Kyle's with the clean team, and they've been cleaning up Coatesville. Women, men, adults, and everything. But actually, it's mainly the females and some of our teenage boys. You know, it's always the women that want to lead the way. So some of you fellas, y'all need to stop tripping, man. Stop letting them show us up. Shut. But anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay. Denise Owen said, thank you for such interesting Black culture in our community. Valeria Austin, oh, I didn't say her name like that. I'm Sister Valeria. You know, I don't be mentioning nobody's perfect name. Would love to know where Zachary Walker was buried, Fairview Cemetery. She said, wow. Mary Kyle said, yes, thanks, Fonz. I appreciate this show. Had been meaning to reach out to Miss Roberta for more info, but never did. I'm now willing to donate and help spread the word. Man, this show is already worth something, man. You already got one donation. I ain't giving y'all nothing because I'm broke. I'm just saying, I'm going to find something, man. Y'all done tugged at my heartstrings and everything. Now, Marsha, I want you to close it out, but after you close it out, I have a few words, a few advertisements of my own. So don't let me forget y'all. So Marsha, hit it.
Okay. Well, if you look around Coatesville, you are seeing that we are losing our history. They have plans for Coatesville, and it doesn't always include us. So we need something for our children. And if you can envision what I see just great times. I see a place of learning, of trades, information, music, all kind of music and concerts, taking trips, people just coming together, just helping each other and passing that on to our children, tutoring our own children.
Good stuff, good stuff. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before I go, I'm going to give a little commercial here. Our upcoming guests, we're going to start with tomorrow, which is Wednesday at 8 p.m. I'm taking one for the team. I'm doing shows all week long. Tomorrow, we will have Miss Latadra Mosley on. We will have Miss Ann Cunningham, and we will have State Rep Dan K. Williams, aka Dr. Pastor, and Dr. Dan K. Williams, pastor of New Life in Christ Fellowship. And we are going to be talking about getting back to the things you love, getting vaccinated. So in the parking lot of New Life in Christ Fellowship on Thursday, they will have a mobile unit that will be vaccinating people. And let me tell you something. Not only are they going to have a mobile unit vaccinating people, they're going to have one of the hottest DJs on the East Coast. That's Dre Money from 5050 LG. And they're going to have a food truck. So not only can you get vaccinated, you can start partying like y'all did when you first opened up this HHS, and you can party yourself one out of there and get something to eat and going home and go to sleep. Because sometimes that little shot make you a little sleepy. Doesn't hurt. You don't start growing hair in your teeth. You don't be barking at the moon, but you'd be just fine. So we want you to get out there and get vaccinated. The time of the event is Thursday, the 13th, from 12 noon until 5 p.m. The mobile unit will be located in the parking lot. 18 and older, you can get a shot. It's free. You don't need no ID. So in case you're running from the law, you still can get vaccinated and keep on running. You don't want to know who you are, all right? So I shouldn't be saying that because this is a family show, but I'm just trying to be honest with y'all. That's Wednesday. So tune into my show, all three of them, and you're going to find out how dynamic. And we all know who State Rep Dan Williams is, but Latadra Mosley is an administrative guru at New Life and one of the top chefs and event coordinators I've ever seen in my life. She take a piece of bacon and make it look like something came from Chez La Vie or something. She does something with some food. Real cute. You know, the drizzle sitting in the middle plate, look like it ain't enough food to eat. All that. That's what she do. Ann Cunningham is the founder and managing partner of I3 Strategies. And you can't even become part of that club unless you're doing like $500,000, maybe $1 million. She solves problems for pharmaceutical companies who are not meeting their financial objectives and goals. And they want to know why. It's like the Equalizer movie with Queen Latifah. When they can't do it, they go to her and her group figure out what's the problem and they get them on the right path. Dynamic Black woman. I can't wait to see all three of them on there. So they're going to be on tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. I'm probably talking too much, but Thursday, who I got on Thursday? I got Mr. Clayton Kellum. Most of you know Clayton Kellum. He did approximately 15, 16 years in prison, came out, and now he is the owner operator of one of the biggest training gyms, camps, or whatever in Chester County. Man, he's a boon. He's a motivational, inspiration, all that. Anyway, he's one of the partners of the Leap, which is going to be Saturday. That run that I was talking about. and that's who's sponsoring the show. So he's going to be on Thursday. Come and listen to his story, man. Get your kids and have them around the microphone or TV and listen to a story. And what's going to be happening Saturday. That's Leap, Leadership and Empowerment for Access to Programs. 2 mile, walk, jog, run, cry, crawl, whatever it takes. And on Friday, CTDI, which is a company up here, up the road, they will be on my show because they have openings for approximately maybe 200 people. Now, I don't know what they pay, so I'm not encouraging people to, but if you're looking for a job, they come in here. They come in here. You got to start somewhere. That's just my opinion because I had to start somewhere and I've still been broke. But that's besides the point. They are coming here and they will be on the show Friday. So tune in so I can tell you what's going on and you'll know where to go, how to go, when to go, and all that kind of stuff. That's what the show is about. Ladies and gentlemen, I ran my mouth enough. I'm hungry as a Lobo wolf with lockjaw. So with that being said, I want to just say to all my viewers out there that Coachville is truly rising, even in the midst of all this dumb stuff that's happening. God is faithful and he's still on the throne. So we're going to be okay, either on this side or on the other side. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. Hey, look, have a good night, everybody. Thank you, my viewers. Y'all guys was fantastic. I'm going to put this straight on YouTube. I'm going to give you all the link in case you want to share it with your people. You want to share it with your funders, donators, and stuff like that, letting them know that you serious. You just had a crazy host. I'm going to do all that. You can just apologize for me. Just tell them to listen to your message. With that being said, I want to say good night and God bless you all. Peace out. Bam.
It's all right.
All right
Thank
now.
Bye.
Marsha, next time move your head, okay? Oh.